in no particular order, who are your favorite characters from our mythology?
Okay. I love Krishna. I think he's my favorite, all-time favorite. Krishna is like the most favorite and interesting character of all time for me, because just the kind of range it has, like as a child grown up in a prison and comes and like amongst the gopalakas and becomes a gopala, and then how he goes on to become like how he kind of destroys his uncle and becomes a king, and from there how he kind of takes this whole I'm not gonna fight kind of a stance, but still runs the entire show and shows that Vishwarupam is like my favorite of everything. Like when he says that, what I have, like I have Sudarshana Chakra. I know what you guys are doing, but please remember who's over here. Like if I make up my mind, where you guys are going to be. That is like whenever I like listen to it or like watch in any space, I'm like done. I love Gita. Like, have you read Gita?
Yeah.
No, I've not.
Many interpretations of it.
I've read the
I've
interpretation
heard
of it.
Osho's interpretation of Gita that goes on for 18 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've not finished the 18 hours, but it's just like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, like that.
I've read this.
I love the Gita.
I read this My Gita from Devdutt
Patnaik. That's a great interpretation.
It's a very good interpretation.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like the way he speaks about
Yeah.
what Krishna says.
Yeah.
Like, that's nice.
Who's your favorite mythological character?
I like Ashwatthama.
Oh, you like Ashwatthama?
I love Ashwatthama.
No, you know why?
No, but there is a great story that I love from the Mahabharata involving Ashwatthama, and that story made me look at Ashwatthama in different light. It's
Okay.
kind of a heartbreaking story. So, Vedavyasa, not Dronacharya, Dronacharya and the king, Janaka, right, who were very good friends, right?
Sita's father.
No.
Janaka is Sita's father.
Who was Draupadi's father, yeah? That great king, man. Draupadi father.
He has a kingdom also on his name.
Yeah.
Drupada.
Drupada.
Maharaj.
Drupada.
Yeah, Drupada.
Drupad Maharaj, yes.
So, just search Drupada, Drona friendship, if I'm talking about the same. Drona, correct. So that's the story.
Okay.
So Drupada and Dronacharya, both of them trained under the greatest master of their time, who was Parshurama.
Parashuram, yes.
Correct. And then they were young, they were teenagers, and they were emotional, right? You
Yeah,
make
yeah.
all these promises.
Yeah.
So Drupada told Dronacharya that, dude, at any point in your life, if you need me, half of everything I own is yours.
Okay.
It's the kind of promises you
but he
make when you
doesn't give,
leave
yeah.
engineering colleges.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
they go their own ways. And Drupada is he's a prince, he becomes a king, he's a great king.
Yeah.
But our guy, Dronacharya, is suffering because he's a teacher. Like,
he's financially suffering. Yeah.
And he's suffering. And then he has a child who is Ashwatthama. He's a child Ashwatthama. And then he's very, very poor. And so Ashwatthama is playing with his friends over there, and everybody is drinking milk. But this guy cannot afford milk, right? So what he does is he crushes rice, mixes it in water, and gives it to his son, saying, "This is milk." And Ashwatthama goes out and said, like, "Hey, my father also got me milk." But the other kids make fun of him and say, "Dude, what the hell, right? Like, this is rice mixed
Bullying.
with water."
Yeah.
And then Dronacharya takes up the promise that I can't live like this. And then he goes to Drupada and says that, dude, you promised that half of your kingdom is mine. I'm here. And Drupada says, no, that's a promise I made as a youngster. The world doesn't work like that. And then because of that insult, Dronacharya says, I will create the greatest fighter and I will take my revenge. So once he finishes his training in Kurukshetra with the Kauravas and Pandavas, the first task given to them is to go and capture Drupada. And then that is But Ashwatthama, the child, was at the middle of this. And at every point of his life, he's facing all of, like, Ashwatthama, the elephant is dead. That famous line that says involves him. And he's cursed.
Yeah,
He's the only guy among the 7 Chiranjeevis
cursed.
for whom immortality is a curse. It's not a boon.
It is. So see, basically, obviously, it's because of the whole, all the political involvement of Ashwatthama.
Correct.
And also it is taken in two completely different ways because he's friends with all of these people who are
Correct.
having all of the amenities and everything. As a
Yeah.
child, it is always traumatic.
Yeah,
Correct.
Like if you go to like
He's just an insecure boy, dude, end of the day.
because he's not insecure, but because of the situation, it is made like that. And when you're friends with such people, you want to be there. As an ability, he is like he's so like able. But as a financial situation, what you were talking about, like the milk affording and everything, he's not there yet. So it happens with like the rich kids and like the thing, but that is obviously like a very